Remember when I made that video talking about how the communists infiltrated the black community back in 1922 so that they could use us to bring down America? Well, I found a documentary about the exact same thing, but with the civil rights movement. Watch this clip.
I'm Julia Brown. For 9 years, I was a member of the Communist Party, serving as an undercover agent for the FBI. During that time, I learned that the communist conspiracy had been planning and working for years to bring violent revolution to America. If all goes according to the communist blueprint, Americans will believe that the chaos and violence has something to do with civil rights.
That was recorded in 1966. So what she said, the communist plan, did it work? Do we currently believe that the violence from that time was for civil rights? Yes. Now, I know that it can be hard to believe something like civil rights or the civil rights movement could be a communist PsyOp. So I want you to watch this next clip.
Mao Zedong exclaimed, "We are not striving for the social and political communism of Russia. Rather, we prefer to think of what we are doing as something Lincoln fought for in the Civil War, the liberation of slaves."
Now, today, we know Mao was a communist. So when you think about it, what was he doing? He was lying, saying that he was about human rights or trying to fight to free oppressed people, when at the end of the day, he was really just using that like a Trojan horse to sneak in communism. And he's not the only one that's done this, so let's watch another clip.
I have said very clearly that we are not communists. Our revolution is a humanistic one.
Now, at this point, we all know that Fidel Castro was also a communist. So why was he lying, saying that he wasn't a communist, that he was fighting for human rights? That means that the human rights thing was actually a Trojan horse to sneak in communism. So what about the civil rights movement in America?
And lest there should be any misunderstanding, Nobel Peace Prize winner Martin Luther King followed the example of Lenin Peace Prize winner Fidel Castro and Lenin Peace Prize winner Ben Bella, and protested that, "I am sick and tired of people saying this movement has been infiltrated by communists and communist sympathizers. There are as many communists in this freedom movement as there are Eskimos in Florida."
Meanwhile, here's a picture of Martin Luther King at a communist training school. The "I Have a Dream" speech was co-written by a communist. Not only was the civil rights movement filled with communists, it was orchestrated by them.
Our enemies were quick to find our weakest point for their attack. They knew that racial differences could provide them with an excellent wedge to divide our people. Their strategy simply has been to keep hammering on that wedge, to drive it deeper into our social structure, to open all wounds that have long since healed, and deliberately to create new ones wherever they can.
Which groups make it their job to seek out racism and put it in front of your face every day? Which group has set us back every time they said that they were helping us overcome our setbacks? And which group did Malcolm X simultaneously say was the worst enemy of America and the black man? Just something to think about. The name of the documentary is Anarchy USA. You can find it on YouTube. I'm going to do a longer video on it as well in the future, but I wanted you to see kind of what it was about. Hopefully it would spark some interest in it or some curiosity and you go check it out. So I see y'all in the comments. All opinions are welcome. All right, peace.